Welcome to the winner's circle. Your Fortnite World Champion,
Dr. Lupo, it might be time soon. It might be time soon. Booga smiling. He's got the health advantage on Creo.
It does.
Folks, it might be time for the Shockwave play. Booga could soar up into the sky. Go for it. Here it is. Shockwave died. Shots coming in. No elimination yet for the first game victory royale.
Oh my gosh. Confident play from Booga. What a monster. The first victory royale.
All right, it has been officially 2.5 years since Fortnite has had a World Cup, and I think it's time that we see another. You can almost guarantee that 95% of the people who were not in World Cup last time will be in one this time. So you will see a whole new field. Even Stretch, you didn't see Stretch in the World Cup, which is actually crazy to think about, knowing that he's always been one of the best around for the longest time. And you do have the OGs like Zayt and Saf, and Zayt don't even play the game like that, and it's just a new day of Fortnite, and we'd all be so thrilled to see a brand new field, and especially with the skill level that Fortnite is now, it's almost hard to not want to see something like that. Now, a lot of you have your idea set on who would win World Cup. Now, I think they would do trios. That's just my opinion, and honestly, I think they would also have solos. I don't know if they'll do duos. But the real question is, who would win? And from Booga winning solo 2.5 years ago and totally just taking off with his career and being set for life after that, it only makes you want to sit here and imagine who would be in it this time and who would win. Now, you do have a lot of people ranging from EU, NA, NA West. I don't know if Middle East or Asia servers would even have a chance remotely based off competition. Most NA West pros go over to Asia and place top 3 in cash cups constantly and take their money. So I kind of like to count out the less populated areas, specifically because of the skill gap, and that is why people like Arkham, Epic, and Rex will always be kind of shunned for being on NA West. I know I've talked about that before. And that's why I don't think a lot of people would think that they would do successful in such a big tournament on such a big scale, and definitely not on NA West. This would be in the entire world, and that is not something we have seen in 2.5 years. And Fortnite is slowly declining every day, even though it is still one of the most popular games in the world, and it has been for the past 3 years. We are due for something just extravagant to happen in Fortnite to keep people to want to play. And the prize pools are slowly going down every season. And I don't know if Fortnite's just running out of money or if they're just getting greedier. And I think that this would bring a lot of attention back to Fortnite. This would get kids wanting to play Fortnite again. Kids nowadays, when I first started playing this, you would see kids everywhere wearing Fortnite shirts, always playing Fortnite. And then you ask those same kids now, this is hypothetically speaking, if you see those same kids now and you ask them about Fortnite, I'm like, oh, that game's stupid. I don't like that game anymore. It's not fun. Well, I think it's because we don't bring enough attention to it. And creators, unfortunately, have sat there and bashed Fortnite for the past 2 years and talked about how bad it is, when really all they've done is shoot themselves in the leg with that instead of talking good. And the biggest thing about having an influence is that you do drive the way people think about stuff. So all these people who had 500 viewers and they constantly just down talk Fortnite, like, it's kind of funny seeing them not have viewers anymore, but it's like you kind of created that yourself. But back to the topic, I would say the top 3 people for solos, in my opinion, you definitely got to give one to Reet if he is not cheating. I think Reet, as a solo player in World Cup, he could definitely be really aggressive, and you saw the way that worked out for Unknown. It did not work out last time 2.5 years ago, so that right there would be pretty tough if he is not cheating. But I think nowadays you have to have some sort of an aggressive mindset to definitely make it to endgame and to definitely make it all the way into getting victories. It's not like it used to where you could just find a kill like that. Like, these are mechanically skilled gods who play this game. It is crazy how much this has all changed, and it's crazy how much mats you waste now, and on top of that, you've also learned to conserve mats. So at the same time, even though you've learned to be conservative with your materials, it is still super, super hard to conserve them because of how technical things are now. A lot of the popular West players that would definitely qualify, in my opinion, would probably be the top 3 trios out there anyways. Snacky, Kenshi, those are really 2 good players that always have a decent trio. I'm pretty sure Kenshi got Snake to play with Snacky, Re, and Favs, which is a god trio as well. Chris could also be a good factor if he had a good trio. He is a pretty decent IGL. Falconer, 40R, those are 2 popular names that have been around the West Coast for a while. Caden would be really good, and then you already know I mentioned Arkham, Whale, and Rex. Now, one person who also could do really well, another person who I think could be quiet about it but could do really well is also Rich Homie Quinn. Quinn has always done well and was always qualified for FNCS. I would also mention Wavy Jacob in there, but he has also had quite a bit of trouble lately with FNCS and just tournaments in general. But Wavy doesn't really grind the game like that. If this was maybe a year ago, Wavy would definitely be qualifying on the West region. Okay, so I'm going to acknowledge these people first because they just won FNCS last month, and that is Duke's, Users, and Justice. If there was a trio World Cup qualifiers, I think maybe they might be able to qual one of those weeks, but at the same time, there's so many good teams on the East Coast. And when you go from Sented's trio to Kanada's trio, Tabs G has always been really good. Who Fishy has a decent team. Acorn has always had a decent team. You got Nosh, Booga, Avery, Mega, Dubs. You got Joji's team, Peterbot's team. Peterbot, I don't know if at a LAN he would do well though, because he has been accused of cheating, and if you are cheating at a LAN, you will definitely get exposed for how bad you're doing and how many shots you're missing. There's actually been so many accusations of cheaters lately, and maybe that's why Fortnite doesn't want to do a World Cup. And at the same time, if you do a qualifiers, maybe they need to do a qualifier at a LAN after they've qualified for the first round. So maybe that's got to be something that's worked out to prevent these people who don't deserve to go into these World Cups and make all this money just for getting last place and doing bad. They're still getting a bag out of it, and they're still getting money from cheating. So that could be one of those big factors as to why Fortnite doesn't want to do this. I think doing a World Cup would bring a lot of audience back to Fortnite, and it might even inspire kids to keep playing games and to stay with this. I'd say over the past year, kids have probably quit playing games quite a bit, as much as there are new kids every day playing the game. Fortnite is one of those things where kids don't care about playing that much anymore because they don't want to deal with how sweaty people are, and now you have a bunch of people who are just accused of cheating just because they play the game and they're good. All right, I'm just gonna be like straight up honest. There are so many pros on the EU region that I can't even keep up. But I'll just go over the bigger names like Savage, Benji, Lechi, Wolfies. I don't know if these players would even qualify anymore because of how crazy the EU region is. I feel like every year EU has different people in the finals. There are a few people who are consistent, and that's people like Tayson. I bet Noah Riley would definitely be up there, but he keeps getting banned out of nowhere for no reason in these things. You have a lot of Solary players. You have Gambit 2. You also have SETI. There's a lot of good names out there, and I'm gonna be honest, half these people I don't even watch just because I don't watch EU all that much. I'll watch Mongrel when he streams once a month. I'm pretty sure that's just so he's under contract to do so, so he does give us the streams for a little bit. I think the one person I could count on to get top 5 in World Cup would probably be Arkham, especially in solos. Arkham has won pretty much his whole career Fortnite, and he might get a little bit of a he might be humbled and having a bad day, but I seriously don't think he would. I think he would play well. I think he would do very good, and I think he's a good solo player, especially when it comes to bigger tournaments. When it comes to cash cups and stuff, I don't think he does as well, just because there are a lot of brain dead people. But when you're playing with the 100 best players in Fortnite in the world, you're gonna have people who make dumb decisions, but it's gonna be a lot of smart players making smart decisions, and it really comes down to patience and just staying alive. One of the biggest things you guys don't realize in Fortnite is the longer you stay alive, the more you're giving yourself a chance. And you wonder why these people clutch these up with like 5 HP or 2 HP, or they have no mats. Like, they just play and they stay patient and they don't force stuff. In Fortnite, when you start to force stuff, it will bite you in the butt. So Fortnite is just not what it used to be. It's changed so much. The skill gap is increased probably 100 times. There's just so much different to Fortnite nowadays, and you can't really go for the long shot with these World Cups and determine who's gonna win these if they're not winning solo, if they're not winning cash cups or FNCSs themselves. So, one team who has gotten second for the longest time is probably Commandment and Edgy and Scented. Well, Scented and Edgy actually don't play anymore, but they split as a trio. But that is one team that I could see winning it all, and it was just because of how long they played together. But now that they have a new trio, which is probably new and improved, I guarantee that they would get top 5 as well. You know, I really went into this video thinking I would have a good idea of who would win, but to be honest, dude, it's so crazy that there are so many different people out there who could easily do it. And right now I've only mentioned 3 regions. If I were to mention every region and talk about every pro in there, this would probably be a 30-minute video, but I'm not trying to do that. But when it comes down to it, it would be a crazy time right now for a World Cup. I know that COVID is a thing, and I don't know if they'll make you get vaccinated. I don't know all that stuff, but we definitely need a World Cup. So if you are watching this epic, please give us a World Cup. I think the crappy thing about it is that Fortnite's already RNG based, and with that mixed with the skill level and just how good everyone is, it would be so tough to really decide a winner. But yeah, these were pretty much a good idea of who I think would win, and all the old people who made it in the last one, I don't think you would see many of them. So drop down in the comments who you guys think would win the World Cup. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. I'm gonna be posting more videos. I'm out of here. Peace.